A few years ago, there was a man named Aaron. He worked a normal 9-to-5 job, earned an average salary, and lived in a small rented house. If you saw him on the street, you'd never imagine he had any advantage in life. Meanwhile, his friends were busy buying the newest phones, planning weekend parties, and posting their luxury moments online, but always broke by the end of the month. Aaron did something different. Every night before sleeping, he wrote down just one question. What small financial move did I make today that future me will thank me for? No one knew he was quietly investing tiny amounts, building his emergency fund and learning about dividend stocks, index funds, and compounding, all in silence. 10 years later, while everyone else complained about rising expenses, Aaron had silently crossed 1.2 million in net worth. So let me ask you something. Why do some people work for decades and still feel stuck, while others quietly build wealth in the background? What are those tiny, almost boring habits that compound into life-changing money? And more importantly, are you unknowingly sabotaging your own millionaire potential with daily mistakes that look harmless today? If you are seeking financial freedom and ready to make it happen, hit subscribe. We're committed to delivering practical advice and inspiration to transform your life. Let's get started. Number 1, buying time. Instead of trading it, have you ever wondered why you never feel mentally free enough to think deeply about wealth creation? The uncomfortable answer is that your schedule is filled with activities that drain your mind but do not build your financial future. Millionaires protect their time because they know it multiplies their money. They avoid decision fatigue, allowing their minds to stay sharp when evaluating market opportunities, compounding strategies, and investment risks. Most people fall into a subtle trap. They spend hundreds of dollars monthly on entertainment, fast food, or impulse purchases, but refuse to spend even $20 to save an hour of their time. In the best-selling book, The Happiness Curve, there's a powerful insight. Wealth is not just having money, it is having control over your hours. When you buy time, you buy space to think, and when you think better, you invest better. This silent habit becomes the foundation for all other financial habits, because once you start freeing mental space, another hidden money habit naturally begins to rise. Number 2, converting emotional impulse into data before spending. Picture someone opening Amazon just for a quick look. 30 minutes later, they've bought something for $79 they never needed. It seems small, harmless even, but it's not the money, it's the pattern. Wealthy individuals have a silent habit most people never notice. They convert emotional impulses into data. They pause, observe the feeling behind the purchase, and evaluate it logically. This single habit protects more money than budgeting apps ever could. Emotional spending destroys more wealth than low income. Research shows the average person spends around $3,800 a year on impulse purchases. If that same money were invested in index funds or dividend-paying ETFs with normal market appreciation, it could grow into more than $48,000 over 20 years. The real problem isn't the small items, it's the compounding loss of opportunity. The silent millionaire trains their mind differently. Instead of asking, "Do I want this?" they ask, "What problem is this solving?" Ask yourself, why do I keep buying things that make me happy for only 10 minutes? The answer is simple, because the purchase is not solving a real need. It is soothing a temporary emotional state. When you convert that emotion into data, you break the money-draining loop. Wealthy individuals recognize these illusions and replace them with clarity. Over time, this builds a habit of intentional spending, which silently increases savings and investments. Number 3, building wealth by avoiding the noise most people chase. Every day, people are surrounded by noise, viral stock tips, trending crypto tokens, overpriced gadgets, lifestyle upgrades, social comparisons, and emotional marketing. But millionaires develop a silent habit of filtering noise with almost surgical precision. They know that wealth is built in quiet, stable environments, not in chaotic, emotionally charged decisions. This habit matters because mental noise is one of the biggest hidden reasons people fail to build strong investment portfolios. When the brain is overloaded, it defaults to comfort decisions, not wealth decisions. Most people fall into the mistake of believing that staying updated is the same as staying informed. But in the world of finance, too much information is as dangerous as too little. The constant overload pushes people toward high-risk investments, rushed stock trades, and fear-based withdrawals during market volatility. This is why investors who obsess over daily stock market analysis underperform those who simply automate long-term investing through index funds or diversified ETFs. Noise creates panic. Clarity creates wealth. When you eliminate noise, you unlock mental bandwidth that allows you to analyze investments rationally, stick to long-term compounding strategies, and grow wealth quietly. And this habit sets you up perfectly for the next set of behaviors, the ones that multiply your financial outcomes instead of just protecting them. Number 4. Building wealth through strategic silence and private moves. One of the rarest millionaire habits is the ability to grow financially without announcing anything. In a world where every small achievement is posted online, wealthy individuals do the opposite. They make quiet decisions, hidden investments, private portfolio adjustments, and unnoticed life upgrades that happen silently behind the scenes. This habit matters because public attention creates pressure, and pressure leads to emotional decisions. Money grows best in environments of calm, consistency, and clarity, not comparison and chaos. Most people unknowingly sabotage themselves by sharing goals, plans, or investments too early. They invite opinions, judgment, competition, and external expectations that distort their financial intuition. Studies on goal achievement psychology reveal a strange pattern. When you publicly share a goal, your brain releases dopamine as if you already achieved it, decreasing the motivation to actually do the work. This is one reason why so many people say they'll start investing but never actually build a meaningful stock portfolio or retirement plan. Quiet millionaires shield their financial strategies the way nations protect intelligence data. They keep their net worth private, their investment moves silent, and their long-term compounding plans confidential until results speak on their behalf. Number 5. Building quiet networks instead of loud connections. Most people imagine networking as attending events, exchanging business cards, adding people on LinkedIn, and being socially visible. But wealthy individuals follow a silent networking habit that rarely gets noticed. They build relationships privately, intentionally, and slowly, focusing on people who elevate their thinking rather than inflate their ego. This matters because wealth rarely comes from isolated effort. It grows faster through shared knowledge, opportunities, and connections that lead to better investments, smarter decisions, and access to financial insights unavailable to the average person. The mistake most people make is assuming that the size of a network matters. What actually matters is the quality of people you align with. The wrong connections drain your energy through gossip, comparison, and emotional clutter. The right connections open new perspectives about index funds, equity growth, market cycles, real estate cash flow, and long-term investing strategies that can transform your financial intelligence. A single conversation with a financially disciplined person can save you years of mistakes. Your success accelerates when you borrow the accumulated experience of people further ahead. Wealthy individuals don't just learn from their own mistakes, they learn from everyone's mistakes. Number 6. Using boring consistency to beat everyone's excitement. There is a habit so quiet, so unremarkable that most people never notice it. Wealthy individuals win, not because they make big moves, but because they make small moves consistently. So consistently that it becomes almost invisible. Month after month, year after year, they invest automatically into ETFs, index funds like the S&P 500, blue-chip stocks, and retirement accounts. They aren't chasing excitement. They are building certainty. Human brain naturally prefers novelty. It wants new investments, new purchases, new thrills. But wealth doesn't grow through novelty. It grows through repetition. Millionaires design systems to automate consistency so that investing happens whether they feel motivated or not. Automatic contributions, preset transfers to investment accounts, and pre-planned asset allocation remove the emotional friction that destroys most people's momentum. There's a fascinating insight from the book Atomic Habits. Successful people don't rise to the level of their motivation. They fall to the level of their systems. Millionaires build systems that do the heavy lifting for them. Their consistency compounds. Their decisions compound. Their wealth compounds. You now know the truth. Millionaires rarely become wealthy through dramatic moments. They become wealthy through silent habits that compound behind the scenes. In every video, I try to discuss and address the factors that surely improve the chances of your success. If you like this also, subscribe the channel, like and share the wealthy knowledge to your loved ones. If you're curious about 8 benefits of stealth wealth, that's exactly what I cover in the next video. See you there.